I do want to mention that the other day that you had mentioned that unless when he's not talked about, that's when he's forgotten.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. That was very well put. Welcome to Hope Lives Here, the Working Lead podcast. Today we have Carol Orr, who handles paperwork here at Hope Lives Here, and is the mother of James E. Miller. And we're going to discuss things about Carol. We're talking about James's past and his life, and we're also going to discuss the James E. Miller Memorial Award. So, welcome, Carol.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. And you, sir?
I am doing pretty good, thank you. So, how long have you been here at Hope Lives Here?
I've just been here a few months.
Yeah.
I just come in for a few hours each day, file paperwork that Brooke has ready for me to file,
Mm-hmm.
to give my input on different things, and research also places that we might be able to receive some funding from.
Well, that's excellent. And I'm sure Hope Lives Here appreciates that a great deal.
I hope so.
I know they do. So Carol, tell us a little about yourself and your family.
Um, well, I have a daughter, Christy,
Mm-hmm.
and did have a son, James.
Mm-hmm.
And to let the viewers know, I may call him Jimmy at some time because he was my Jimmy.
Understandable.
James just didn't suit him. And I've lived in Amarillo all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I have 7 grandchildren and 1 great grandchild.
So you have quite the family there.
Yes, yes. Even though I'm an only child, I have managed to leave a legacy.
There you go. There you go. What was James? Tell us what James was like growing up.
Normal all-American boy. He played baseball, played football,
Mm-hmm.
got into the same trouble that all kids do, especially little boys.
Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
So, no.
So. He was all boy. He and his buddy that lived across the alley. If they weren't together, then one of them was missing because
Something was wrong then, huh?
yes, and they'd ride their bikes around, and they weren't supposed to go across the busy street, which we found out later they were. But there was a ramp over there on the other side that they wanted to ride their bicycles on and try to do tricks. So,
well, of course. I mean that it's like a jar full of candy or a cookie jar. So.
Oh yeah, yeah. He and Robert had some escapades, I'll call them.
I can imagine. Well, that's great. What made Jimmy join the military?
I believe the School of Hard Knocks. Um, he was working at a local industry here and just wasn't making ends meet.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a girlfriend that he was quite serious about. And I think he thought he could go to the Army. He would have his pay from the Army, which was actually going to be more than what he was making.
Mm-hmm.
And he could learn a trade that he could use after he got out of the service.
Excellent.
And I think that's what motivated him to join.
I can relate to that because when I joined the Navy, it was basically due to economic issues, and but for myself, I look back on it, and I think it was the right step for me at the time.
This was the right step for Jimmy at the time.
Yeah. Funny how things kind of fall in place, as they should sometimes.
Yes, because it got him out of Amarillo.
Mm-hmm.
And he had some acquaintances that I really didn't approve of.
Mm-hmm.
But when he left Amarillo, he left those behind and never reconnected with them. So
well, and there you have the silver lining.
Yes.
So I mean, it's good. It's
yeah.
good. I'm glad to hear that. So, what was it like as being his mother while he was deployed?
It was very different. Um, when Thunder Run started, which is when they went across the desert
Mm-hmm.
from Kuwait going into Baghdad and knew that they were going to be facing
Mm-hmm.
the Republican Guard and all, we had never had news people embedded with the troops. During Vietnam, the national news, we saw film clips that had been taken and sent back,
Mm-hmm.
still pictures. We have different ones of World War II and a few things from World War One. This was the first time reporters had actually been embedded.
That's interesting.
So whatever was going on, you knew almost instantly
Mm-hmm.
where they were, what they were doing, what they were having to struggle with, the dust storms, the
Mm-hmm.
sandstorms, I mean, not dust storms. Um, so that made it quite different. And because of the way it was telecast, every hour, the networks, including CNN, Fox News, and then the three major networks, they would have a reporter on at the top of each hour.
Kind of an hour-to-hour briefing.
Yes.
Yes.
And Greg Kelly, which at that time he was with Fox News, was with Jimmy's group.
Oh, so he was embedded with his company. Would be a
Yes.
company.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And my husband and I learned the remote quite thoroughly because when the hour came, the top of the hour, we would go to Fox News, wait for Greg Kelly. The minute he got through, we would switch then to another
Go
network
back.
and
Yeah,
another network and another
I
network
see.
and go all the way back. Now, the bad part of that was if Greg Kelly didn't come on,
Then it was
I knew
worrisome.
I knew something was going on.
Yeah.
They were either moving and didn't want any of that out, or they were under fire and didn't want that out, or my mind went a million different places.
Oh, I can only imagine. Um, how how did that make you feel? Um, Seeing those updates, knowing down to the minute what was going on.
Um, when you become a parent,
Mm-hmm.
your job is to take care of that child.
Yes.
That is your job. You are to raise them, look after them, take care of them. And I couldn't take care of Jimmy. It
Well.
was all up to him. I couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the closest I could get to him was through Greg Kelly.
Through the TV and the embedded importer or reporter.
Yeah,
That's that has to be stressful.
it was.
Um,
At some nights, it was very stressful.
mm-hmm.
Um, I had a very dear friend in Dallas because I had been working for my company in Dallas at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and she quilted me an angel pocket, and it was just a little pocket with an angel on the front of it.
Mm-hmm.
But she told me when she gave it to me, she goes, "Now, when you get ready to go to bed at night, you put your worries in this pocket and close it.
That was pretty sweet of her.
And keep in mind, guardian angels are going to watch over Jimmy." And that's what I did. I put
Well,
his picture in there, and every night when I went to bed, I'd look at it and go, "Okay, you're on duty now."
that's interesting. Um, I can only imagine that brings a sense of comfort to something that was out of your control.
It helped me deal with that. Excuse me. I'm Jimmy's mother, and I'm supposed to take care of him.
Mm-hmm.
So that helped me. That was taking care of him when I let the angel take care
Mm-hmm.
of him at night when I slept.
As a parent myself, I can relate to that. And even if my child was with somebody else, I expected them to take care of them too. I mean, and so, but unfortunately, um, some things are out of our control.
Yeah.
And it's something I've had to learn um, quite often with both my boys. So
Mm-hmm.
it's that's interesting.
Yeah. You can only raise them so far, and then it's kind of like my analogy is a horse.
Mm.
You can
Okay.
lead a horse, but you can't pull those reins too tight. You have
Mm-hmm.
to let him down a little bit and let him make up his own mind about where he's going and what he's doing. But you have to keep a hold of those reins so you can jerk them back if you need to.
Yep. I can definitely relate to that. So um, now James was with the army, correct?
Yes,
And what did he do in the army?
he was a tanker.
A tanker.
Mm-hmm.
Go tankers.
Yes, yes,
It's a different breed of people, I think.
yes, yeah.
And was he pretty close with the guys that he was with, or um, did you guys communicate a lot?
Uh, I think Jimmy grew very close
Mm-hmm.
to several of the guys that he was with over there.
Oh, I can imagine.
Um, there were several of them that came to his funeral,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they had a camaraderie. Excuse me. Um, a couple of stories that I've heard from the guys about Jimmy makes me so proud.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally asked one of the sergeants, I said, was he a good soldier? He said he was a very good soldier.
Very nice.
So that made me feel better,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But yeah, they were close.
Well,
We still contact through email
mm-hmm.
with some of them.
Oh, very, very
And
nice.
my daughter and I, 3 years ago, we went to the 20th anniversary of Thunder Run that
Oh,
they
okay.
had at Fort Stewart.
Oh, okay.
And that was very interesting to me. They had a very large display of Thunder Run. They had the tanks, showed where all they went,
Mm-hmm.
told stories about what had happened when they were here or there. And I got to meet a lot of the guys that had been with Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really nice. And we're hoping to go back for the 25th reunion in 2 years.
What I get from that is not only did him and his crew have a sense of close quarters and camaraderie, but I think that's important because it includes the families. Um, kind of
Yes.
bridge, it kind of extends the family, and it's probably I would think is a better way to understand everything.
I think that it was easier for me to understand some things
Mm-hmm.
after I had been to Fort Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys, bless their hearts, they just welcomed us with open arms. They were all very, very nice to us if we needed anything or if there was anything they could do for us. So it was quite an experience for me.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. A positive one, though.
Yes,
Yes.
very
Yes.
positive.
Well, good.
I love those guys just as much as I love my own son.
There you go. Did you notice any changes in Jimmy after his deployment? After he came home?
Yes.
Yes.
Um, the first thing I noticed was that if we went somewhere where there were people,
Mm-hmm.
strange people, strangers, like to a restaurant or just to an event somewhere, Jimmy always had to have his back against the wall. Always.
I heard that's very common with a lot of veterans. It brings a sense of security um, and some comfort in knowing that I have my eyes on everything. That so
Exactly.
yeah.
And standing or sitting with his back to the wall, and I noticed that he was always looking, always watching everybody that was there,
Mm-hmm.
just scanning the room constantly. And I'm sure that was being a lookout.
Yep. I think it's just part of the job that um, gets embedded.
Yes,
And sometimes it's hard to, you can't just change clothes and be a different person.
that's right.
So, okay.
I tell people that there's part of my Jimmy that's still in Baghdad and always will be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that was that keenness about what's going on, who's here, what are they doing, and having his back toward a wall.
How did that make you feel?
It broke my heart
Yeah.
because he was always such a fun loving, funny kid
Mm-hmm.
and and a fun loving man.
Mm-hmm.
But all that fun seemed, or a lot of that fun was gone. He was much more serious about things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, didn't take things for granted.
I can see how that can be. Um,
Well, he'd seen life and death. He'd seen orphans trying to scavenge food out of trash cans in Baghdad.
mm-hmm.
Um, they would, one of the stories he told me was they would give money to the kids to go get them lunch
Mm-hmm.
when they were out just patrolling the streets of Baghdad after things calmed down. And they would pay the kids to go get lunch for them and bring it back. But they always left some. They didn't eat it all. They didn't clean their plates.
And this was for the kids.
And they would put whatever it was in a tray or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they would lay it in the trash can, not just dump it,
Dump it, yeah.
because the kids would run over there and scavenge.
I see.
And I think when he told me that, that was one thing that bothered him the most, was seeing hungry kids.
I can understand that. Um, it's almost surreal to me living here in the United States. I think we are a very fortunate country, and sometimes we take that for granted.
Yes.
So, um, and sometimes when you leave and come back, it's hard to balance the two because it seems so unreal. Um,
I agree with you there because there were times I could tell, and he would mention or say something. Um, I don't know. Maybe somebody was griping because their shoelace broke,
mhm.
just something as simple like that, and somebody's griping about it, and he'd be like, "It's just a freaking shoelace.
Yeah,
You can go to the store and get more. There's no need to get." And the overindulgence is what bothered him.
yeah. What were some of the challenges that you saw Jimmy face once he came back?
Um, other well, he wasn't the fun loving type man that he was before
Mm-hmm.
he left. When he came back, we would see it at times, but then it was quickly gone.
It was kind of suppressed.
Yeah, uh, he was much more serious about things and was more deliberate about things that he did.
That's
Um,
interesting. Um,
I don't know how to explain that. Um,
to me, though I wasn't in the army, I was in the Navy. It still shows that there was an imprint placed on him from the military, because that's very military-like um, behavior. Have you?
yeah, yes, yes, and that may be the way to express it. He was just more deliberate. He didn't take anything for granted.
Mm-hmm.
The overindulgence thing,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know, mom, that $10 pair of shoes is just fine. I don't need those $200 tennis shoes. That type of thing.
Kind of helped him establish some priorities. It sounds like.
I believe it did.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
I would think that'd be a positive thing.
Um, any young person, you take any 17 or 18-year-old person,
Mm-hmm.
and they get their first job. I'm going to save my money and I'm going to buy that car. I'm going to buy that hot rod. But that never happens.
No.
But when he came back from the military, I'm going to save my money and I'm going to get this and get that. And that's what he worked toward.
Mm-hmm.
It was a goal. 17 or 18, they're big words, but making 7.25 at the McDonald's doesn't hardly buy the hot rod.
I understand that. I understand that. As a parent, what was the most difficult part of watching Jimmy struggle after he returned from Baghdad?
I didn't know how to help him. I didn't know what to do to help him.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'd ask him, what can I do as your mother to help you?
Mm-hmm.
And he never gave me an answer to that. It was always, it's all right, Mom. I'm okay. There isn't anything you can do to help me. And that was my hardest part when I couldn't help him when I could see he was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't help him. I didn't know what to do.
I can imagine as a parent that could be very frustrating.
Very frustrating.
Yeah.
And actually heartbreaking.
Yeah. We have a huge problem in this world.
Yes.
Veteran suicide is, I would almost call it an epidemic.
Oh, it is. Yeah. It is.
And the sad thing is, they mention it here and there, but it's lost its impact. I compare it similar to somebody saying, "Thank you for your service." Do they really know what that means?
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, now you hear 22 a day. That doesn't mean anything to them, I don't think. And that's why I think awareness is important.
And it's 22 a day because those are the only ones that are counted. We don't know how many more are homeless that aren't counted in those statistics.
Well, you could almost double that, I understand. And so, to me, that's shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you first hear about James possibly getting a service dog?
I have 2 indoor cats.
Mm-hmm.
And James was living with my husband and I.
Mm-hmm.
And he came in one night and he goes, I'm getting my service dog tomorrow. Mm. And I said, what? And he said, I'm getting my service dog tomorrow. And he's bringing in this crate. And it's huge. Because I'm thinking, I have 2 cats. What do you mean dog? Mm-hmm. Time.
How we're going to work this out.
Yeah. And that was the first time I even heard of it.
Oh, so that you guys hadn't discussed it?
No.
Oh, okay.
He was just like, I'm bringing home a service dog and deal with it, I guess, Mom. I don't
know. That's funny. That's funny. I mean, just the vision of where that leads my thoughts. I mean, that's funny.
I had taken him one time to a training session.
Mm-hmm. Here?
Not at this location.
Well, but at Hope Lives Here.
Yes, okay. At Hope Lives Here.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing his public access training portion.
Oh, okay.
And he and Brooke were walking around some stores and the traffic that was going around and all. Mm. And I thought, oh, he'll get bored and nothing will come of that. And then he beeped in that night and went, my service dog's coming home tomorrow, Mom. And I'm like, okay, we're going to do something.
Adapt one way or the other, huh?
Yes. It's kind of like, here's your orders.
Yeah. Well, so can you explain how things went or how you felt after his service dog? By the way, what was his service dog's name?
He named him Sergeant Booker.
Sergeant Booker.
They lost after they got into Baghdad and got that calmed down that day. They went on to Fallujah to the airport and took the airport at Baghdad. And they lost a sergeant between Baghdad and Fallujah.
And that would be Sergeant Booker?
And that would be Sergeant Booker. And James called Sergeant Booker's family and wanted to know if it was all right if he named his service dog Sergeant Booker.
I think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I mean, not only the asking, but the remembering of somebody through, obviously, some animals could be very close to him.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense for some reason. It almost flows naturally.
Yes. Yes. And we were able to meet them. Jimmy and I and his wife at the time went to Pittsburgh because they were giving a special award to Sergeant Booker, and his family had come. And it was a distinguished cross of some sort, and I'm sorry, I don't remember the exact title of it. But we were able to meet him.
Oh, okay.
And Jimmy introduced himself and said, I'm the one with the service dog that I named after Sergeant. And they were glad to see him and put a face to that phone call, you know.
Made it real.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And that was a great experience also.
Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. So,
they were very kind and very thankful.
Good. Tell us about the first time you met Booker.
Well, Jimmy brought Booker home the next day. And I don't know if the audience knows what a Great Pyrenees is, but it's not a lap dog. It's not a lap dog. He comes in the house and he's got this dog that's like this tall. And I'm thinking, that dog takes up a third of my front room. But that was the most gorgeous dog, the most faithful dog. Loving, oh my gosh. If I could have a Booker, I would have 100 of them at my house.
Make the world a little better place, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes. Yeah. If everybody had a front porch and a Booker.
A front porch and a Booker, there you go.
Yeah. That dog was absolutely the best dog I'd ever seen in my life.
How did the cats feel about it?
He never bothered the cats, and the cats never bothered him.
They each knew their own territory, huh?
Yeah, it was like they made a pact the instant they saw each other that you stay on your side and I'll stay on my side. We'll be neighbors, but we won't cross over the border.
That's amazing. Well, okay. We had 3 dogs at one time, and we also had 3 cats. But the smallest cat, 6, 7 pounds, soaking wet, was in charge of all these dogs. Okay, she was whatever I say, you guys do. And they each had their own dog bed, and the dogs could be laying on there. And that cat come walking into the room and look at which bed that wanted, and start walking over there. The dog would get up and go. She was in charge. So that's why I had asked about how the cats reacted. So, but
they all got along just fine.
Well, that's a blessing.
Yeah,
that's a blessing. To me, that tells me it was meant to be.
Yes, it definitely was.
It's definitely a blessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I fell in love with Booker probably 15 minutes after Jimmy brought him in the house.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because he was such a sweetheart dog.
Yeah. Kind of like me fostering Annie. It took me 45 minutes before I decided to keep her, but
aren't you glad you did?
Well, she's been a blessing.
Yes.
It's been a blessing. What kind of changes did you see in Jimmy after he was connected with Booker?
He was happier.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he knew when he got off work and came home that Booker would be there,
Mm-hmm.
and Booker would be glad to see him,
Mm-hmm.
and Booker would love on him,
Mm-hmm.
and he could love on Booker. Booker was a constant in his life.
That's important, I think, because um, being a veteran myself, one of my biggest challenges was trust.
Yes,
And my service dog, I have total. There's trust goes both ways,
yes.
100%. Um, Even this program has helped me a lot in that area. So, well, I'm glad to hear that.
He was much happier and not giggly happy. He just seemed
Yeah,
more um, satisfied.
satisfied, at
Yeah,
ease.
yeah.
Yeah.
The tension that I had experienced before,
Mm-hmm.
some of that tension had left,
Mm-hmm.
and um, but yeah, Booker was always there to greet him.
So you attribute that to Booker, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Um, Booker was a great asset for James and helped him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Helped him a lot.
Well, good, good. Can you explain how, if Booker had an influence not only on James, but as a family as a whole?
I think Booker gave all of us a life jacket. I'll put it that way because he brought more of our Jimmy out. The
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy we remembered before he went to Baghdad,
Mm-hmm.
before he came so serious
Mm-hmm.
and so tense that when Booker came, Jimmy relaxed and it gave us back some of our Jimmy.
The common denominator there would be Booker, but part of the effect was very positive. It sounds like to me. Um,
It was very, very positive, and it's very hard to try to explain the change.
mm-hmm.
Um, we would have family get-togethers, and we always have a good time,
Mm-hmm.
and there's always food. We always eat, and there's laughs and giggles and lots of storytelling. And but you could always tell there was this aura of tension around Jimmy
Mm-hmm.
because people would be behind him. Remember, I talked
Yes,
about he
yes.
couldn't have he
His
had to have his
six.
back against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
There would be so many people that he couldn't keep up with everybody. He
Mm-hmm.
never really relaxed enough.
I see.
But after Booker came into our lives, you could tell that he relaxed more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because he had transferred that on guard
That tension.
attitude, that tension
Yeah.
to Booker.
Mm-hmm.
Because Booker's here and Booker's going to take care of me
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to take care of Booker. But he was such a calming effect on James.
Oh, I I can understand that completely. Um, Stanley and myself, my service dog,
Mm-hmm.
um, we actually do deep pressure therapy,
Mm-hmm.
which where he lays across my lap, and that just,
Yeah.
I mean, it just the weight of the world is just gone. It's I think that's something very unique with dogs and people
Yes.
that if you can get that connection, it's very special.
I can see from seeing how Jimmy changed with Booker being with him,
Mm-hmm.
I can see where it would be very, very easy for veterans to become alcoholics
Mm-hmm.
because that alcohol would ease up their tension for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It would help for a while, they wouldn't remember all these things or feel all that on guard
Mm-hmm.
like challenge. And I can see where that would be easily done for a veteran.
Unfortunately, that's not addressed, I think, as it should be. Normally, like when you go into the military, they train you,
Yes.
but they don't train you when you get out.
No.
They just say, "See ya,
Adios.
adios, we'll see ya." Um, and so I think a lot of vets are almost forced to handling it themselves because they've had to handle so much else by themselves. And
And
so I can personally relate to that.
that's
So
that self medication.
yep. Um,
And I can see where it could work that way. I
yeah.
really can.
Not to promote it or anything, but I think it is something that's real, and I think it's being addressed more these days. But it's still not to the point that it should be addressed and accepted and something done about it. Um, it seems we tend to react to a result rather than prevent that result.
Yeah, we're not proactive.
We're not proactive. So, Carol, can you tell us some things that Hope Lives Here or you personally are involved with to make aware the issue of veteran suicide?
Um, One of the things is I have told James the story.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best I can do. That's the best thing I can do for his memory
Mm-hmm.
is to let people know that this is a real thing and
Mm-hmm.
it's not a stigma.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Oh, it's very
We
real.
do not do good by our veterans as far as
Mm-hmm.
PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, sexual assaults.
Mm-hmm.
We fall short on that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because the public is not made aware of that these are terrible things that our veterans try to cope with every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. Um, we lose approximately 22 veterans every day from suicide.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
those are just the ones that are connected with a VA hospital.
and to me, those numbers that's that blows my mind um, because maybe because we're so aware of it, and I want to say, damn it, why isn't there something being done about it? Um, but I think by talking about it is one of the most important things.
Right.
Okay, bringing awareness, um, it it makes it real.
Post traumatic stress is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I lived through Vietnam and I saw the veterans that came home from Nam. And I can think back now that probably 9 out of 10 of them had post traumatic stress. I'm sure they did.
Vietnam was a very tough time. A lot of things were changing,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yes.
and I think that with so many people coming back with trauma, I think that's when it first started to be really looked at. They used to call it, oh, he's just shell shocked.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
but they put a real diagnosis to it. I think
Yes.
with Vietnam, and there, I think it's being addressed more, but for me, it's not being addressed quick enough.
Right. Hope Lives Here is one way that we can draw attention to the fact and make people aware
Mm-hmm.
that this is a epidemic in our country, and they try their best to get service dogs to any veteran that's willing to go through the program. And you don't have to be a veteran. Anybody can have post traumatic stress from something that happened in their lives.
Oh, most definitely, it's not strictly just veterans. Um, you have police officers, firefighters, first responders in general, um,
Crime victims.
crime victims. There's all walks of life, people from all walks of life.
Yes.
It's not just veterans. But I think one of the biggest problem is usually that there's a stigma attached to it.
Don't talk about it. It's the ostrich syndrome, is what I call it.
Put our head in the sand.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if we do that, we can't see it, we can't hear about it, so it doesn't exist.
And I think that's where we're failing ourselves
Mm-hmm.
as a society. So
Yes. One of the things that Hope Lives Here has done is we petitioned the City Council of Amarillo to make June citywide post-traumatic stress month,
Oh, excellent.
because June is post-traumatic stress month. Get all tongue-tied there. And they proclaimed it a couple of weeks ago.
Very cool. I'm glad to hear that.
But the more we get the name out there and we have an opportunity to explain to people that this is real, the better off our society is going to be. The more people that we can help that do suffer from some of these traumatic brain injuries, the sexual assaults, whatever it is, the better off our community will be.
I agree with you 100%. And I think one of the ways that Hope Lives Here is able to do that is, correct me if I'm wrong, but they have a James E. Miller Memorial Award.
Yes, every year it's awarded to the client that has made the most progress in the previous year.
Oh, very cool.
Yes, that's been a very big honor.
And how does that make you feel?
As long as Jimmy's name, as long as James's name is out there and his story is told, he won't be forgotten.
No, he won't. In a sense, that kind of keeps him around.
Yes. Yes.
To a certain degree, I can see that. That has to be comforting to a certain degree.
Yes. And one of the sergeants that he was with comes from Ohio every year to present the award.
Wow.
Every year to the gala in October. And it's always good to see him. And I appreciate him coming all this way, because he doesn't fly, he drives.
And so this is an individual that he served with.
Yes. Yes.
Kind of like an extended family.
It is, really. It truly is. There's a couple of them that my daughter and I are very close to, and he's one of them.
That is really neat, because that's going to make you feel special.
It does. Yeah. It does. The first few months after Jimmy committed suicide, of course, this is going to sound awful, and hopefully people will understand. As a mother, I knew that's what was going to happen to Jimmy. When he got back from Baghdad, I just knew. And the day my daughter called and said, "We can't find Jimmy," I knew he was already gone. And it was just, I don't know, I can't explain it. I've read since then that a mother carries a part of that boy child with her all the time for the rest of her life. And I guess deep down, that piece told me that that's what was going to happen. But I can talk about him now. I can talk about what happened to him now, because the more I talk about it, the more people are going to be aware of the problem that we have.
I'm glad to hear that, because for me, not knowing Jimmy, it's kind of, how do you, what direction do you go? What can I say? What can't I say? It around the building, whatever. But hearing that from you, that gives me a sense of comfort that, hey, it's okay. Well, it's not okay what happened. However, it's okay, and this needs to be discussed, and it needs to be addressed.
Right.
So,
I could have crawled in a hole and never come out. Okay.
I can imagine.
But that's not going to help the situation. It's not going to get the word out there to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's just a fact of life. You have to tell.
Sometimes those are the toughest things to do is talk about the hard things.
Yes.
Um, and I think that's something that we could all um, do a little bit more of. I think that we would be happier.
Yeah. I have a dear friend in Kansas that lost her son in a terrific car accident.
Mm-hmm.
And after Jimmy committed suicide, several months afterwards, I asked her, I said, how do you cope? How, how do you get by day to day?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, there'll always be a hole in your heart, always. But you have to put a curtain over it. And every now and then you draw that curtain back and you have to look at the situation and understand and know it's a reality. But then you tuck him back in, you draw the curtain over that hole in your heart, and you go on. And I've tried to remember that every day. And that gave me the
That
strength to talk about what Jimmy did.
that makes a lot of sense because um, he's still there, but yet we have a job of moving forward too, and it's kind of like
I'm making
uh,
his life count for something.
exactly. There's purpose to it.
Mm-hmm.
Where I can relate it to is um, Tara passed about 5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
breast cancer, and there's certain days that I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh,
um, yeah, and so I try to keep her alive. Like I made a posting on Facebook the other day of something that I had given her from Van Morrison.
that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Because I read that and I thought, oh my God, that is so beautiful.
Well, I mean, I didn't write it myself. It's part of his song,
Yeah,
but it that's who she
the
was to me.
sentiment.
Yeah, um, and so I know exactly what you're saying. Um, and then sometimes it's moving forward that
We'll do the
yeah,
breast cancer walk this year. How's that?
okay. Um, anyways, um,
Mm-hmm.
it's been a long time since that kind of brought tears to my eyes. It's just been hard. I guess as I get older too. It's
I think it gets easier the more you talk about it.
you're right. Okay, because I can remember in the past I would totally break down, um, and just for some reason this is the first in I don't know how long, and maybe because kind of tying the situation to yours, um, and it's just a little overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not as experienced as you. No, that's a terrible thing to say, but I mean,
Well, I don't know
there's
where I get my strength from. I
yeah,
really don't. Other than I just want to get to heaven and see him.
and I'm sure you will. So,
I hope so.
and that would be a great reunion, I think.
Yes, I'm going to count on it.
Okay, let's go back to the podcast. Okay, I feel better. Thank you.
Thank you for making me tear up and think about it.
No, I mean, I think you're right. I mean, talking about it. Um,
Well,
after,
men can have breast cancer too.
oh, I know that. Yeah, I mean, um, it's not. I mean, it's not women specifically. I mean, it's I guess something maybe that'll help
Yeah.
regain all the moisture that I lost there. No,
Well, I didn't mean to make you tear up.
no, 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 no. It's I guess it's my understanding what you're exactly talking about that hole in the heart and then having to cover it up. But every once in a while you have to make sure that it's still there. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that part is because two different situations completely, but that part is very true to the situation,
Mm-hmm.
and um, one of my things, I guess, early on after she passed, I didn't know how to grieve, and and that just got worse and worse. But you know what? I ended up here, so I mean,
It's all good.
it's all good. It's funny how these things just fall in place sometimes. Okay, back to the podcast. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything in particular that you would like people watching this to understand about being a parent of a veteran who has passed on?
You're never gonna completely get over it.
Mm-hmm.
You're always gonna miss them,
Mm-hmm.
be it a husband, a brother, a child, whatever. They're always gonna have a special place in your heart.
But the world has changed.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the world has changed, and you can't unwind things that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can't unwind Jimmy's decision that day. That was his decision. Um, so life goes on. Unfortunately, it does. And I think for me, to spread the word, to make people aware,
Mm-hmm.
is my way of coping with his loss.
Mm-hmm.
The James E. Miller Memorial Award at the gala, he'll never be forgotten.
No,
Not ever. And I think those things are some that keep me going.
I think the fact that there's an actual physical memorial award
Mm-hmm.
presented, um, that kind of extends the family in a sense, um,
Yes.
because it keeps him around,
Yes.
um, and so I think that's a wonderful thing.
He's alive, but he's not alive.
Yeah, well, you can be around, but have passed on.
Yeah.
I have those feelings that quite often actually very surreal, deja vu, um, and so sometimes I think, wow, and kind of smile about it, um, and go on. But
Mm-hmm.
that's reassuring to me. It gives a sense of peace.
Yes.
So,
Uh, Jimmy left behind 3 children,
mm-hmm.
and the middle boy is the youngest one. He was having a very hard time with it.
Mm-hmm.
He was just at the age where he understood what happened to Daddy, but he didn't understand why. And uh, I told he just, I don't want to think about Daddy because it makes me sad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it makes all of us sad,
Mm-hmm.
but what we have to do is remember the good times.
Yeah.
Remember when you and Daddy went fishing. Remember when you and Daddy worked out in his shop. Uh, you know, times you and Daddy went to the park. That's those are the things you have to hold on to. You can't dwell on that they're gone.
Sometimes when I'm sitting around here and listening to you guys, um, it's I hear you guys referring to Jimmy a lot, but it's always like, "Oh, would you believe what I remember when?" Um, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known him. Um, this may sound bad, but I kind of feel left out. Okay, but no, I truly, from what I hear from him, I would have really liked to have known him.
He was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And he
and that's good that that's remembered.
yeah.
I remember Brooke mentioning she wanted him in her wedding as a bridesmaid,
Yes.
with a bridesmaid dress and cowboy boots,
And his cowboy hat.
and a cowboy hat.
Don't forget the hat.
But see that's awesome that you guys can remember things like that, and I think that's important.
He would have done it too.
Yeah.
He and he
Well,
would have played it out to the hilt. Believe me.
what can you say? He was a tanker,
I'm telling
okay?
you.
That's too funny.
But a sideboard, uh, Booker is now in Dalhart, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the sheriff there read Jimmy's story online
Mm-hmm.
and said, I want that dog. I want that dog.
Mm-hmm.
And he is in Dalhart uh, with the sheriff
Mm-hmm.
and his wife and 2 children.
Oh,
He
okay.
has lots of fields to run around in, lots of rabbits to chase if he so desires, and 2 kids to play with.
That is excellent.
Yes.
Um, well, I'm
So I'm
glad to
sure
hear
he's
that.
happy.
I'm glad to hear that Booker is happy.
Yes.
It sounds like he would be. If I was a dog, I want to go to Dalhart. Okay.
The last I heard, he was doing fine.
Well, good. Do you keep in contact with the sheriff?
No, sure don't.
No.
I've thought several times about calling him,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, there's no need.
Yeah.
Booker went to a good home.
Yeah.
He goes to work with the sheriff some days.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I'm sure that the sheriff there's got his hands full.
So in a sense, Booker is still giving back.
Yes, he
That's
is.
awesome.
Yes.
That's
He's in
awesome.
retirement as a service dog, but he's still giving back.
That is awesome. I think. Um, and also, I think it's comforting too.
It's a comfort to me
Yeah.
to know that he went to a good
Yeah.
home and he's happy.
And to the cats, I bet you too. So.
Yeah, they never said, but I think
but
maybe they
yeah.
might.
Can you explain to me or share with me what Hope Lives Here is to you and your family?
We didn't know Brooke
Mm-hmm.
before Jimmy got his dog. I'd
Mm-hmm.
never met her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'd seen her that one time, but I had never met her. Um, and after Jimmy's suicide, and we learned more about the organization,
Mm-hmm.
what Brooke was doing, and got to know her better. We just fell in love with her and from what she's doing. And my daughter and I both feel like if we can help one veteran in any small way,
Mm-hmm.
then we've paid our dues. And
And it
to
also,
help a whole bunch, Hope Lives Here is striving to help every veteran that she possibly can.
I see that all the time, and that's one of the inspiring things. Um, I don't have family, however, Hope Lives Here is kind of my family in a
Yes,
sense. It's very, I think it's not only the atmosphere, but I think it's the individuals that make up Hope Lives Here.
exactly.
And I hope that's never lost
Right.
because I think, yes, they train service dogs here. What they do is they change people's lives.
They
And
heal heroes 2 at a time.
yep, that's amazing.
Mhm.
And it's very inspiring. Um,
Very.
I since I've been involved with Hope Lives Here, there's been many changes, all for the positive though, which is a good thing, and it's given me a whole new perspective on life.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's easy to say, and but sharing that with you, I hope you understand. I'm sure that you could see that,
Oh, yeah.
that what I'm talking about. So,
The change in a veteran from the day they start the program
mm-hmm.
until they finish it sometimes is absolutely remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they come, they start this program, they're all shy and tense and uneasy being around people or they don't know what's actually expected of them. And then when they go through the program and they graduate, and this is what you said, um, the isolation goes away. You want to get back out into the public.
Exactly.
You want to live your life, not just have a life.
Mm-hmm. Oh, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gave me a reboot.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, like a computer, has to be, either thrown across the room or rebooted. I
One or
prefer the
the other.
reboot. Okay, so,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
But she does a great thing here,
Oh,
and I'm very proud to be associated with it.
outstanding job. What are you most proud of being the mother of Jimmy Miller and Hope lives here?
Right after he committed suicide, I felt like it was my fault.
Is that
He,
survivor's guilt?
I
Is that
think so,
yeah?
because I taught him to love this country,
Mm-hmm.
to love the flag and
Mm-hmm.
what it stood for,
Mm-hmm.
and what it cost for us to be free.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we watched war movies together. I bought him Army Men to play with when he was little. Um, I taught him to respect the flag. Um,
All honorable things. That
yeah,
yeah.
and I think now I think he did take that to heart
Mm-hmm.
because I know he loved this country,
Mm-hmm.
and he did love the flag. Uh, a side note, just to illustrate about the flag, he was volunteer fire department
Mm-hmm.
in Borger, and they had a grass fire one day, and he was out there helping them fight it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was getting pretty close to this house, and he noticed that they had a flag flying
Mm-hmm.
on a post, and he jumped off the fire truck and went and got the flag
Awesome.
because he wasn't going to let it burn.
That
And then,
that shows them, to me, some integrity.
mm-hmm. And then after the fire was out, and 2 or 3 days later, he took it back to the people
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Here's your flag." I took it down so it wouldn't burn, and they tried to make Jimmy take it and keep it, and he told them no, that that was their flag,
Mm-hmm.
and just to fly it.
It's doing the right thing, you
Yeah,
know. I think that that should be done more often. I should think. It's
but I'm surprised nowadays that because I taught him the Pledge of Allegiance and the Star Spangled Banner, and you stand and you take your hat off if you have a hat on, and
mm-hmm.
those type of things, because they were instilled in me,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to make sure that my children knew. And it really disappoints me when I see a flag that's being flown that needs to be
Needs
replaced.
to be replaced. Yeah.
I just want to go knock on the door and say, we either take it down or replace it, one or the other.
I believe if you do want to do that, um, I think the Boy Scouts will take care of that in proper manner for you.
Yes, they just had that Memorial Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
There was a company here that
Mm-hmm.
had 250 flags,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, if you bring us your worn out flag,
Mm-hmm.
we'll give you a new one.
So that's awesome.
And then the Boy Scouts took them and had a regular service at the Panhandle War Museum here
Oh, see, that's cool.
to
There's a proper way.
yes, you have to burn them or bury them,
Yeah,
one or the other.
give me goosebumps.
But uh, back to the original question,
Yeah,
yeah, I tried to teach him all these things,
yeah.
and I think he did learn those, and I think he had taken them to heart, because going to Baghdad, I think he realized what freedom. He knew what freedom was, but boy, when you see it
when it gets challenged, it's a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had integrity. Um, he wasn't going to change his way just because he was somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I think we lack a lot of that these days. Not certainly not me or you, but no. Um, it's something that in our society has become less and less of. You see it less and less.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah. We used to say the Pledge of Allegiance every morning at school. You
yeah.
stood.
That was the very first thing we did.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we'd all stand up by our desk and put our hands over our hearts and
And you had
yeah,
prayer.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
The principal made the announcements, and then you said the Pledge of Allegiance, and you
yeah,
had a moment of prayer,
yeah,
and then school started.
yep. Things have changed.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot.
so
And not for the better, in my opinion.
I have to agree. So, well, I mean,
We're old school.
well, but I think things like that build that integrity, the responsibility, it brings some ownership to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think all those are an important part of the bigger picture of a person. So,
Yeah.
yeah. If Jimmy was listening to this podcast right now, what is it that you would like him to hear?
Um, hmm. A personal note, I still love him and I forgive him for what he did, but I still miss him.
Mm-hmm.
But I want him to know that in some odd way, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry I taught him how to be a man, how to love this country. Um, and I'm sorry I wasn't there to protect him.
But is that something to really be sorry about?
Not really, but in my own mind, uh, I would probably say I'm sorry, and he would probably say, "No, Mama, you don't have to be sorry."
But you did the right thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, um, I can see that. Um,
but
once again,
that's what I would tell him, and that it's okay now, and I'm okay now. Christy's okay now, his sister,
mm-hmm.
and wait for me. Wait for me.
I'm sure he'll be right there. He might be the first one you see. You know.
And the second would be my daddy.
There you go. There you go. Maybe they're hanging out together right now. So
I hope so.
yeah,
I hope so.
wouldn't that be something else? So
Will the circle be unbroken?
there you go. Is it always doesn't have to be.
Mm.
No, so gives it a nice thought for the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's something that we should end the day with more often is a good thought.
Yes.
Yes, I think that's important. We dwell on ourselves too much
On
and
our problems.
on our problems, which usually end up being everybody else's problems because we drag them into it or expect them to uh, resolve it, whatever.
Yeah, come to our rescue.
Come to our rescue. Come to our rescue. But see, I think that's important. That you know, I disagree with what you had said. That you were sorry that you raised him to be a man, and um, I think that's a good thing, despite what happened.
Yes.
Because first and foremost, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
I mentioned earlier that I loved hearing the stories
Mm-hmm.
that the guys in his unit had told us at the
Mm-hmm.
reunion. And still, Sergeant T comes up with one every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And I love hearing those because it reminds me that I did raise him right.
Mm-hmm.
I did raise him correctly. And that I hold on to that he was a good man. That he was a good man. He was a good soldier.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's,
I think through his memory that'll continue too.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. Um, his children, I know, will remember him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, his great niece, she even still remembers a little of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know after that generation, nobody will ever really know who Uncle Jimmy was.
Well, you never know
But
that.
I think the stories will be told again and again.
I think he's already developed a legacy, and I don't see it going anywhere.
Uh,
I mean,
and
going
this,
away. I
yeah,
mean, I see it progressing. Um,
this
so,
memorial at the gala, the memorial award,
mhm,
his name will continue.
yeah, and that's important because not only is it remembering him, but it is remember why we're here.
Yeah.
I mean, what we need to do, not only for ourselves but for others.
What our freedom actually costs.
Exactly. Goes back to taking things for granted.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And personally, I'm really glad that we had this conversation.
Well,
Um,
good.
I learned a lot. Um, I felt a lot, um, which is a good thing. For a while there, I'd forgotten how to feel.
Mm-hmm.
And so, well, Carol, thank you for being here today and discussing Jimmy's legacy and, you know, sharing him with us. We appreciate that. Um, though I didn't know him, I'm sure that I would have loved him
Oh, yeah.
just for who he sounds to be. So,
Mm-hmm.
but thank you, anyways, for sharing with us today.
Thank
Um,
you for the opportunity.
yes. And thank you, everybody, for being here. I hope lives here, the Working Lead podcast. And hope you guys come back. Have a great day. Bye.